There's a quiet kind of power in knowing the truth, but there's an even greater one in hiding it. For nearly a century, humanity has tried to build machines that can see into our souls. Devices that can strip away the masks we wear and expose the truth beneath our words. They called it the lie detector, a marvel of psychology and technology, a promise that deceit could finally be measured in volts, in sweat, in heartbeats. But one man, a quiet professor from Wisconsin, proved that even the most advanced machine can be fooled if you understand how it thinks. This is the story of Douglas Williams, the man who outsmarted every lie detector and paid the price for it. The story begins not with Williams, but decades earlier in 1921. A Berkeley police officer named John Larson designed a strange device that could track a person's pulse, blood pressure, and breathing all at once. Larson believed that when people lied, their bodies betrayed them. Every nervous swallow, every quickened breath, a signal that truth was cracking under pressure. It worked, almost sometimes. The newspapers called it revolutionary. Courts began using it. Governments, too. By the 1970s, the polygraph wasn't just a tool. It was an institution. Federal agents, job applicants, and even lovers sat under its censors, hoping their hearts wouldn't give them away. But not everyone believed in it. Critics said it wasn't science, it was theater, a performance where nerves could be mistaken for guilt and calmness could mask deceit. And that's where Douglas Williams comes in. In the early 1970s, Williams worked as a polygraph examiner for the Oklahoma City Police Department. He was good, one of the best. He knew how to make people sweat, how to ask the right question, how to watch the tiny tremors on the ink paper. But over time, he started to notice something disturbing. Innocent people were failing, and guilty ones were passing. He watched lives collapse over a few nervous spikes on a chart. He watched job applicants break down in tears because a machine said they were lying. And slowly, something in him broke too. He realized that the lie detector wasn't a detector at all. It was a mirror. It reflected what the examiner wanted to see. The questions were scripted, but the interpretations were human, and humans make mistakes. So Williams quit. He turned against the very system he once served. He began speaking out publicly, calling the polygraph a fraud. He said it wasn't about truth, it was about control. By the 1980s, Williams had become the polygraph industry's worst nightmare. He started a small company called polygraph.com, a simple name with a dangerous purpose. For a fee, he would teach anyone how to beat the test. His technique was deceptively simple. He taught people how to control their breathing, how to raise their stress during control questions. Like, have you ever lied to get out of trouble? And stay calm during real ones. By creating a false pattern, they could trick the machine into thinking they were telling the truth. It wasn't illegal, not yet. He argued that everyone deserved the right to defend themselves against a tool that wasn't truly scientific. He saw himself as a whistleblower, exposing a national illusion. But the government saw something else entirely, a threat. In 2013, a decade after the polygraph's golden era, the U.S. government launched an undercover operation. 2 federal agents posed as job applicants, one claiming to have leaked classified information, the other pretending to be a would-be federal employee. They approached Williams asking for help passing their polygraph exams. He agreed, as he always did, to teach them how to stay calm. He never told them to lie about crimes or conceal anything, only how to not be misread. But that was enough. Months later, agents raided his home. They seized his computers, his emails, his notes. And in 2015, Douglas Williams, then 69 years old, was sentenced to 2 years in federal prison. His crime? Teaching people how to trick a machine. He wasn't accused of espionage, fraud, or endangering anyone, just of helping people remain unreadable. Williams served his time quietly. but his case raised questions that still echo today. If a machine can't tell truth from fear, does it deserve to decide who's honest? If calmness can fool it, then what does that say about justice itself? Experts who once championed the polygraph began to distance themselves. The National Academy of Sciences later concluded that lie detectors were unreliable. Little better than chance. Even the CIA and FBI quietly reduced their dependence on them. But in some agencies and in dozens of states, polygraphs are still used for hiring, for investigations, even for parole decisions. Millions of lives still hinge on those squiggly lines. And somewhere, out there, Douglas Williams keeps talking. After prison, he returned to public life, older, quieter, but unbroken. He still calls the polygraph a scam. He still believes the human mind can't be decoded by electricity. When you look at a lie detector test, it feels scientific. Wires, needles, graphs, data. But at its heart, it's an argument about something older than technology. Can truth ever be measured? Williams wasn't a hero or a villain. He was a man who refused to let a machine define honesty. And in doing so, he exposed the fragility of our search for certainty. We want to believe that truth has a pattern, that guilt can be captured in a heartbeat. But maybe truth isn't in our pulse or breath at all. Maybe it's in our choices, our motives, and the courage to speak, even when no one believes us. In the end, Douglas Williams didn't destroy the lie detector. He revealed something far more unsettling, that the real test was never about the machine. It was about us. So the next time you hear someone say, "The machine doesn't lie," remember the man who taught it how to. Because as long as we keep trying to mechanize truth, there will always be someone brave enough to prove that truth can't be programmed. Here's the part nobody talks about. The lie detector doesn't expose lies. It exposes vulnerability. And vulnerability can look exactly like guilt. That's the terrifying secret. Because the polygraph wasn't built to catch criminals. It was built to catch human beings in moments where their bodies betray them. Sweaty palms, a twitch in the breath, a heartbeat you can't consciously control. That's not truth. That's biology being weaponized. And Douglas Williams realized something even darker. If a machine can decide your innocence, then whoever controls that machine controls you. That's why he fought it. That's why they silenced him. And here's the twist most people never hear. Even after Williams exposed the flaws, even after the National Academy of Sciences said the polygraph is barely better than chance, even after federal agencies quietly backed away, thousands of people today still lose jobs, opportunities, and freedom because a censor misread their anxiety as a crime.